Akobom ana esibuo so Sammy Gyamfi repeat allegations Afenyo-Markin extortionist. Something like this giant kasa o no asaka. O say something unime. Una yegma love FM. Say ta nam ye kodobo nsu pii o kumase. My press conference in Ghana will be what that some friends will be a cromfo. What that? Some cast will be a extortionist. Menka be that. Didn't na make about Afenyo or a bema won't see me. Something said Jayo no asaka bio. And no asema mekano it reinforces why OSP and EOCO they need to pick these gentlemen up to substantiate the allegation. I'll show you something that is becoming apparent in this gold board video. Make sure so subscribe your mama. Also subscribe and click the notification. Me the video be to me no what my you have a comment. Feel free leave that comment in the comment section. We are make sure so be Goldberry Construction Limited. Do an episodes in assassin krata some documentations related to your house and Goldberry NDC money in Nigeria. We are back home access so project we be a factory episodes, school episodes, your story episodes. You need someone to track it. Buy the building materials for you. Do the cross checking for you. Send you pictures, videos to verify exactly what your money is being used for. Back home access NDC money in at the amount. And then Sammy Gyamfi called gold board. We're explaining most of the channel Pami video, and I think it's a summary of that. Now the bit on Afenyo-Markin na something to me, but some question they can home and say, what's a public office? Sure, Kasa, and when you NDC communicator, you are not saying, or you know can kneel and tell and also can TV.
There are concerns that you are CEO of a very important state institution. You are contributing greatly to the stabilization of our economy, so to speak. And yet, when you hold a press conference, they expect the Sammy Gyamfi CEO and not the Sammy Gyamfi who was doing political campaign, speaking for his party. Your choice of words directed at the minority leader and some other persons. What do you have to say about that? Because one of your own, Van der Poel, even had to say that you miscommunicated.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's under siege. He's had to come and apologize.
All right. Now, I'll deal with these two issues quickly. Right now, you've hosted me for more than an hour, I guess, right?
We're into the hour now.
Have I spoken like a chief executive officer or as a
You've been dealing with numbers in ways that some people may not even grasp.
Good. So, you see, when a man sets out to demonize you and denigrate you, and to tag you with something he knows to be false, wages a persistent, sustained smear campaign against your person, and you have an opportunity to respond to that person, you don't give such a person a hug, a peck on the cheek, and a bouquet of flowers. You understand? Like Isaac Newton said in his third law of motion, for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Afenyo-Markin got the response he deserved. I never insulted him, and nobody can show me one word that I used that was insulting.
Even at the start, you seem to suggest that you don't know who he is.
It's part
a setting Afenyo-Markin.
Yeah. That is how you respond to somebody who projects you as being liable of a criminal offense and says that you will not be able to meet your bail conditions under
this is all he said. Let's listen to Afenyo-Markin.
If I could
let's listen to him. Hold on. Let's listen to him.
Gold bought own domain, 22 billion cedis. That's equivalent of the 1.7 billion US dollars in 1 year alone. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it what it is. These losses are not bad luck. You don't trade in gold and make losses. They are not a difficult market. They expose the crass incompetence of gold board's management and misaligned policy of the government. No serious institution loses this much money by accident. This is what happens when an untouchable few are handed the nation's gold with no one watching and no one willing to ask questions. 3 million cedis, 10 million cedis, yetumi frɛ wɔ EOCO. Na wakɔda hɔ, na yɛse fa ejapadeɛ a asumboɔ fa branche ya mobile. Nene go ball for bill the abey home. Tio me bao, wait there. Sir 22 billion losses here. Almost gold board aboki. And then who bill? Ezika ben na yedi bedi bill.
Was he really serious about it? Did he sound like he was being a little jovial?
But what did I do? Me too. I just compared him to Kojo Ponkroma, Abna Sare, Kojo Ponkroma, Abna Sare, and me, Anta, all of whom are his colleagues in Parliament, NPP people, who have criticized us. And I said, when you listen to those criticisms, you see maybe lack of information, but they don't make it personal. But when you listen to him, you hear malice for Sammy Gyamfi. Either than that, who can read these IMF reports and even suggest that Sammy Gyamfi will have to meet onerous bail conditions to the tune of 22 billion? Because this issue is not about Sammy Gyamfi. So you see the smear campaign there. You get my point? Then he says, Obi Antongo de Moka. In this world, the most cheapest thing to trade is water. You went and supervised 4 consecutive years of losses at Ghana Water Limited when you were board chairman from 2017 to 2024. A cumulative loss of 3.3 billion. You were sent to ECG as board chair. You supervised another loss of 8.2 billion cedis in 2024. What on Suaboka? What on Kenya Boka? You are not asked to meet any onerous bail conditions. Sammy Gyamfi that has not incurred any loss. It is me who will meet onerous bail conditions.
So that's the point.
So
if the audit, exonerates you from the claims he makes, but why should you reply in such measure?
No, but that is why I'm saying that just like he can criticize me, he's also not beyond reproach. You get my point? So Sammy Gyamfi should be criticized. Afenyo-Markin should not be criticized. This is not an insult. I am showing you that this is your record. Cumulative loss of 3.3 billion at Ghana Water, 8.2 billion ECG. You are not facing any criminal action and onerous bail terms. Why should you project that on me when I have not made a loss? You see, my brother, there are many underlying issues between I and Afenyo-Markin that you don't know and those watching don't know. I have appeared on news far many times. Perhaps in this country, I have held more press conferences on political issues than anybody. Have you ever heard me use the word extortion against any of my critics? Have you ever heard me? Why will I use this word now? And why have you not heard Afenyo say anything about that or challenge me or threaten to sue? So the NPP people talking, there are things you don't know. I will not just, I'm a consummate Democrat. I eat and drink debates. I'm not worried.
You call the minority leader an extortionist.
I'm not worried if you criticize me. Yes. And that is why he cannot comment on that or even challenge me. He cannot. Because he knows that what I said is true. So there are many things that you may not have the benefit of. But let me talk about my good brother.
Afenyo-Markin is a self-made man.
No problem.
He's got the chain of businesses.
Maybe tell him that.
Why does he need to come and extort money from Gold Board?
Tell him that you want to be his lawyer so that he sues Sammy Gyamfi to substantiate that claim. Tell him. Or tell him that you give him an interview here and Sammy Gyamfi will come and that you should dare Sammy Gyamfi. That is not an insult. I'm speaking about what has happened and he knows. Now, finally, my good brother, Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy. And here I want to address our rank and file.
We're told his campaign is doomed.
Yeah. I want to address our rank and file. Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy is one of the people who have been very supportive of my young political career projection. I consider him a senior brother. And I know that he harbors no ill will towards me. But we are all not perfect. Sometimes in communicating, something may come across in a way we never intended it. The man says he's sorry. I believe it ends there. Yesterday, I had a very hearty conversation with him, and we put it behind us because at the end of the day, we in the NDC have a party to build and a nation to govern. And so that is all I want to say about that. But you see, the feedback that some of the comparisons and the words were strong is duly understood and taken in good faith. But I have explained to you that that is how you crash deliberate, malicious smear campaigns. When somebody wants to, for 3 months, Sammy Gyamfi, Gold Board, you don't give such a person a peg on the cheek, a hug, and a bouquet of flowers.
Okay.
You call him out for the world to know that what he's doing is not born out of any quest for accountability. It is personal. And the reason why he is on that personal smear campaign is extortion.
Don't repeat that.
I've told you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes. Why shouldn't OSP? We know it be say Afenyo and see why you no krana. Are you not interested in the truth? Are you not interested in knowing what exactly Afenyo did for him to be called an extortionist by Sammy Gyamfi and Erekejiana? We must know. Me no na de bia me kan. Oh, rantam ka sen kokko. Esa me no ni hu niam bi omuye o. The only reason you and I should know nyesa Afenyo kokko. Nwankwe, ye man say waye, no say wonkwe. Maye, na say me nkwa. How will you and I get to know the truth? We will know. It will be allegation. The only time Ghanaians will know if indeed Afenyo-Markin is extorting, abusing the office which has been vested in him by a public trust, it's when the OSP goes in. Sammy, what could news for? Why allegation? We Eric J. The other crowd or say, no, only see will be network. What piece of an interview? No, only see will be network. And Afenyo-Markin a fray. All these things were said. But the evidence when see will be no friend. Team men are what? How team men are what? That allegation was by Eric J. And to say the nyina ye hwehwema na se nyina so bu ma ya che Afenyo-Markin as I me no ne de any way kan ehu no kre no ye che za Afenyo nkoko tanza yesterday Afenyo spoke on anya na mebo ma so no nsi wakanda da on metro Thursday no ne Paul Adomo kire wakanda da. So the only time you and I will get the benefit of the fact and exactly what happened for him to twice to call him an extortionist, twice for Rekaje to even Oyosa Kwasempa to repeat that allegation. Say no see obi office near Frey. Those gentlemen must be called. I'm not saying say but I'm saying that they should be called to substantiate the allegation. And if they don't have any substance, then the law will take its course, because that is also disinformation. That's all. Yentimi shama ask Adele. Unse no make say niema ayi sentencing of Abrantie no. Eba niema mo betete na fa Ghanaian officials no. They be make say the country we live in, the only time you and I will get the truth, get the right balance of deliverables when it comes to governance is when politicians are honest. It's when politicians Mimi don't say to today I can mess up. Mimi say how do I impact I can mess up in my private life. I can do a lot of things. Even media crowd, and you'll be on a now Ghanaians are discerning. People will fact check you. You don't need to do much. Until now, I pay evidence. And they say you ever went to so, and then I make in share from them. I'm trying documents in but if a politician does so, or someone do, he no the information has started. The Nipan class will be a trace come and sikabe no tuaman. Ube komne bia me no taxes. Ube komne bia IGF or my nisika because Sammy Gyamfi na obi a generate revenue on the various CEO parastatal na enya Sammy Gyamfi sika. Eye me no musika. As an IGF and only a DC school and only a de bodan bi etu so and only a DC was any a de kwan and on a mark or jia where they subsidize and only a de 2 free SHS. It is will be extorted. In a criminal, and extortion is a criminal matter. You don't need Afenyo-Markin to institute a civil procedure. Extortion is criminal. Blackmail is criminal. And criminal matters are for the Attorney General to prosecute. And therefore, if anybody has evidence, especially a public officer, not a private person, and this is a private matter, when you do say to tune me, when you accuse menu ni accuse mansa, these are public officers. And the Attorney General is the chief principal legal advisor. And if someone, a part of the government, is making an allegation that a member of government, again, because the legislature is a subset, now I catch the tripod, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature. Members of the executive, one member of a legislature are making an allegation that there is evidence that he has tried to extort. SAF form 10 any evidence, no? We arrest him, we prosecute him. It's a simple matter. So evidence be any soon we shame Sammy Gyamfi and Rekaje simple. Because the mechano, the impact on you and I as a corruption. Kofobi ekowu akra Kumase ebi e corruption wunim oba bi oya pemfo a hospital ni afidie ni wono ebi a central government discana ba na obi adi ebi e no a wunim. So when politicians are messing up, don't look at it skewly, don't look at it myopically, don't look at it lightly. Enya de ye light. Enana memo example, ade na Ghana ha ye mpanifo no toto a yampia fam ebudi journalist attempts at no some question no e de obi ko prison 30 years potentially. Ade na ye de enya hwe na ye nhum bibia ase ye no etibi de obi ko je 30 years obi ma so san man na wo bompa ye koso for tonche tomkuto na person ko sa akronim no because their wrong is punished. So let's not take it lightly. If Sammy has the evidence, he should adduce the evidence. He should adduce the evidence. We need to rid our politics of criminals and criminal entities. Look at our parliament today. And because the parliament is gone, our people go and pick all the 276 and national background. Speaker of Parliament has said we have Galamsey. Galamsey is a criminal matter. So if you have people with questionable sources of fund getting into our politics, per the constitution imperative until you amend the constitution, they are supposed to be ministers. They take executive decisions. Yeniha and a parliament where you have science it me Galamsey or forest reserves. Or from TV so I don't know pretend so many men on the science are there. But you know here, when we okay say a forest reserve na your natural carbon sink, yeah the oxygen you hear near the carbon dioxide above one thing. In Nuana energy, not true photosynthesis, I had Nuana now producers near the young could tremble for your galams. One thing, and any planet parliament. Why did they sign? And why were the same people saying they will cancel it? It tells you that the decisions they take are questionable. They are from various influences. And therefore, if there is evidence that someone's influence is allegedly disguised as a public advocacy, and it has criminality attached to it, why can't that person be called to adduce evidence and the person being accused, if the evidence is so grave and if the evidence is available, prosecute the person doing that? What is wrong with that? Is Afenyo-Markin above the laws of the country? Is Sammy Gyamfi above interrogations by the security agencies to adduce evidence? No. They are public officers. Me standpoint and on the young from no femra see wo ben na America one officer or frey. Timu ben na wati omode ya out and if anom de ya out ya ni biako information so na omanya sika sen na aba ebrese na ne Sammy Gyamfi extortion no ya fire de ne course simple matter on Eric Neal and tell Sammy kan mu bi mu nim na masati di na tem Sammy Gyamfi campaign no ye key unima first time electing a communication officer munyai is a day. I agree with him on many things. Sometimes we misspeak as a na Sammy Gyamfi na kan. He will admit as communicator he has misspoken most times. But Papa Penny, there's nothing wrong if him asking Sammy Gyamfi to look at his age. That's how these elderly people they think. Now try they didn't attempt na Facebook na ono mumi no akase o moye fine. Wa akoka ase me bia wahu daachi obedi chairman unya bibia tade bia meka no mo amade nya dwuma me kan mo se me hash. And at the end of the day, they've had an intercourse. Men can you, Mr. Ramo. Intercourse. They've communicated. There's a bromance between them. There's a working relationship with them. But I won't know what is social media. Oh, fan who didn't attempt to can. At the end of the day, oh, you get nothing. Obo come in the camping class. I may be a bit of a craman. Cecilia, a jahonso by Bawumia, Brahmins may bounce easy. Oh, yo, they be a come as someone more than. So, me, this my view. We shouldn't treat this matter lightly at all. I may say, I think November 10 or 2nd, sentence in a bar. They are more better. Some cut then met some hot channel say, subsequent in Tamambu who trade. Most of my committee on ask her. Okay. Today, shall we in the comments section? We are not subscriber. More subscriber now. Why click the notification? The video be at my book. What's my show? Make sure so much see them on me here. Ghana see here. Bye bye.